Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off. Welcome in, everybody. This is game number 2 of our doubleheader. It features the number 16 ranked Marian University Knights coming in with a 19-6 overall record. They are 8-5 in Crossroads League play, taking on your University of St. Francis Cougars, entering today with a 13-12 overall record, 6-7 in the conference. I'm going to read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. Number 16, Marian University presents a tall challenge in the Crossroads League rematch with USF. No doubt, 16th ranked Marian University presents some matchup concerns for the University of St. Francis in today's Crossroads League rematch at the Hutzel Athletic Center. 6'11" Reginald Kasumla is a matchup nightmare for most Crossroads League opponents. Kasumla is number 5 in NEI block shots with 48. He had 2 in the first meeting against USF. Today, USF welcomes back former members of the men's and women's basketball teams. This is the 55th season of men's basketball and 45th season of women's basketball. USF has played 15 games since Marian won the first meeting, 92-64 in Indianapolis on December the 1st. Kasumla is number 5 in NEI block shots with 48. He had 2 in the first meeting against USF. Marian is number 1 in NEI scoring margin, winning by a margin of 21.6 per game. That's 15 games of experience for 6'7" freshman Jeff Reynolds that he did not have entering the first meeting. Connor Lotzenheiser returns to the USF lineup with a team leading 15.6 scoring average after a 2-game suspension handed down by the Crossroads League. Reynolds led USF scoring in that first game at MU with 13 points off the bench. Chandler White scored 11. Guard TJ Henderson led Marian with 23 points. Wes Stowers added 22. Kasumla at 16. Sterling Brown 13. USF's Austin Compton sustained an undisclosed injury and will not play today. Unfortunately, he might be done for the season for Compton. It was the game against Indiana Wesleyan. He was down on the block. Looked like he was going up for a rebound, and his right arm got caught underneath one of the players. It just jostled his shoulder a little bit. Austin Compton always wears that shoulder brace as well, so it's heartbreaking not having him out there on the floor, not being dressed for today's game, but the game will go on. St. Francis brings with them Hunter Hollowell, ranks number 13 in the country, shooting 48% from beyond the arc. Ranks number 22 in the country with 71 three-pointers made. He averages 2.8 threes per game. Hunter is the team's second leading scorer, averaging 11.5 points per game. Chandler White had 10.6. Compton at 10.2. Once again, out for today's game. We talked about Jeffrey Reynolds. He's averaging now 6.4 points per game. I think Jeffrey Reynolds is going to make the All-Crossroads League freshman team, and he would be the first to do that since three-time All-American Bryce Linnup. So that would be outstanding for St. Francis. Looking here at Marian, they got all kinds of rankings. It's a wonder that they're not undefeated. They're ranked number 7 in field goal percentage, shooting 51%. Number 3 in three-point field goal percentage, shooting 42%. They rank number 1 in free throw percentage, shooting 83%. We talked about their scoring margin. That's number 1 in the country. They rank number 5 in the country with 2,263 points under their belt. We talked about Kasumla, and his 48 block shots ranks him number 5 in the country. He averages 2.1 block shots per game. He also ranks number 5 in the country, shooting 89% from the free throw line. Wes Stowers ranks number 36 in the country, shooting 44% from beyond the arc. TJ Henderson ranks number 48 in the country, shooting 82% from the free throw line. And Kasumla ranks number 22 in the country, shooting 57% from the field. Sterling Brown is another name to look out for. He's shooting 45% three-point land, which ranks him number 22 in the country. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be right back with you for the start of today's game.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. We are back awaiting the starting lineups. We did the national anthem before the women's game, so we will not be doing that or the pregame prayer. We're going to get right down to it. A lot of the Cougar students in attendance here. Always kind of a big deal when you play Marian, as they cross over with football at the MSFA. Indiana Wesleyan now has a football team. We play them for the first time next year. And no, we are going to have our prayers. So we're going to send it down to our PA announcer.
Coaches, officials, and fans. Keep us all safe today, free from harm and injury. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. Words of St. Francis enlighten the darkness of our minds and hearts. Give us the right faith, a firm love, and a perfect charity, so that we may always in all things act according to your holy will. Amen. Please remain seated when we play the national anthem by the USF Pep Band.
Oh, we are going to do another national. And there we have it, folks. Starting lineups for today's showdown. Marian enters today in 4th place in the Crossroads League with that 8-5 record. Spring Arbor at 12-1. Spring Arbor actually just beat Marian. Marian was pretty much winning the whole game. Spring Arbor ends up with the 82-73 win over these Knights. Marian lost to Indiana Wesleyan last time they played them, 89-86. St. Francis coming off that loss against Wesleyan, 81-65, but to be honest with you, that game was a lot closer than that score would indicate, as Indiana Wesleyan just kind of pulled away at the end. So possession will start here with St. Francis. Kind of Lotzenheiser once again back from the kind of weird 2-game suspension, but he took it. Cougars coming out wearing the gray unis today, not going with the white ones, as Jeffrey Reynolds goes high off glass for his first 2 points of the game. Remember, Reynolds led St. Francis in scoring first time out against Marian. He had 13 points, and that was off the bench. Chandler White comes with it, up with it. That's Antoine Cushenberry, true freshman. 2 true freshmen getting the start here for St. Francis. Cushenberry's having a nice season. He ranks number 4 or 8 in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio as Reynolds knocks it down with the sky hook. Cougs up 4-0. Pretty play there by Jeffrey Reynolds. Easily one of the top freshmen in the Crossroads League. And a high flyer. Kasumla hits the ground hard. That's a turnover after the travel. Marian making the national tournament last year. All the Crossroads League teams did well in that tourney. I think Marian was knocked out by Indiana Tech. I'll have to double check on that one. Reynolds backing down the big man. And traveling going to be called on Jeffrey Reynolds. Marian under second-year coach Scott Heddy, he's really got them heading in the right direction. He was the head coach at Carmel High School before going to Marian. And last year it was College of Idaho that actually beat Marian. Marian thumped Indiana Tech 90-74. Kasumla with the first 2 points for the Knights. This is a team that can fill it up. Obviously, we read off all those rankings. They shoot well in all aspects of the game. Back down to Jeffrey. Kicked out to Hollowell. They got Sterling Brown on Hunter. Brown is from Carmel, Indiana, just a sophomore. Started last year as a freshman. High off glass for Cushenberry. And they're going to say that was last touch by Kasumla. The inbounds goes to Hunter. Other games going on in the Crossroads League today. Mount Vernon Naz at Huntington give the advantage to MVNU on that one. Indiana Wesleyan's at Goshen, advantage to the Wildcats. Taylor at Spring Arbor, advantage to the Michigan Cougars. Quick shot by Lotzenheiser's off the mark. That was brought down by TJ Henderson, who's a senior. He's a transfer from IUPUI, and that's an air ball. And Grace is at Bethel, advantage to Bethel. Kasumla's going to have to head to the training room because he's holding his right hip. Not sure if some ill effects from him hitting the floor early on in this game. 16:51 remaining here in the first half. 4-2 is your score. White down low has his shot blocked by Cameron Walter, a sophomore. He's from Fishers High School. Transferred in from UMass Lowell. A turnover here by the Knights. Second turnover of the game. Cushenberry over the timeline. It's exactly how he gets so much playing time as a freshman, just not turning the ball over. He does a great job with it. He had to leave the last game here at the Hut against Taylor, and Jalen Mall got some playing time. That shot's off the mark. Offensive board by Reynolds. Three-pointer. Chandler White fills it up. His first bucket of the game. Cougs extend their lead to 5. Pull up as Stowers knocks it down. The senior. On the other end, Reynolds going to be fouled from behind. It's number 33. Jonathan Blanco. It's a transfer from Kent State. Jeez. A couple transfers on this squad. Kasumla is a transfer from Northwestern State. Timeout. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Cougars out to a 7-4 lead over Marian University, ranked number 18 in the IAD2. St. Francis currently shooting 43% from the field, a perfect 1 of 1 from three-point land. It's Chandler White. Cushenberry being guarded by Stowers as Marian's out in a man-to-man help defense. I don't know how Stowers found Chandler White there. Or excuse me, Cushenberry. That was outstanding. Once again, not turning it over. Now the steal by Antoine Cushenberry. He needs some help, though, with the big man, Cameron Walter, in front of him. Walter goes 6'7". Lotzenheiser's three-pointer's off the mark. Stowers bringing it up for the Knights. Wesley Stowers been a great player here for Marian all throughout his career. Three-point attempt is good. Brown. Remember, he's nationally ranked, shooting 45% from beyond the arc. White down on the block. He's going to be called for the charge. Chandler's first, team's first. Chandler White, the only returning All-Crossroads League player for St. Francis. He was third team last year. Wes Stowers was an NAIA All-American last year, a second team All-American. Sunla was the Crossroads League Defensive Player of the Year. Stowers, first team All-Crossroads League. Sunla, second team. He only played half the season last year. So some good pieces here for Marian and Coach Scott Heddy in his second year. Coach Across in his ninth season with St. Francis. Cushenberry brings it back out. That was a media timeout, excuse me, that last one. Nice feed down low. Reynolds with a two-hand flush. Cougs take back the lead at 9-7. Stowers, pick and roll. And foul going to go against Reynolds. Kasula going to head back to the free throw line. He had to get his hip checked out once. Get banged around here early on. Reginald Kasula. He's a big man at 6'11", but can also shoot it. An 89% free throw shooter, ranks him number 5 in the country. First one is good. Fasunle has hit 62 of 70 entering today's game. So there's no hack-a-shack going on with this guy. First one's good, pulls Marian within 1. Brandon Johnson set to check in for St. Francis. Second one good as well. We are tied at 9. Connor Lotzenheiser going to take a breather. Brandon Johnson, another true freshman. 3 true freshmen on the floor. 2 sophomores for St. Francis. And Hollowell and Conlon Martin. Down low, Reynolds, Johnson, nice play, throwing it right off the leg of Mark Albers. He's a sophomore from Marian. He goes 6'4". Marian's just got size all over the place. Wes Stowers is their shortest player at 5'10". Cushenberry inside the arc, drains it. Cushenberry listed at 5'8". Warren Central High School, where he won a state championship last year. I believe they went 38-0. Last I checked, they were still #1 in Class 4A this year. Kasumba working against Reynolds. Puts it on the floor, backs him down. Boy, that's as easy as it gets for Reggie Kasumba. Tied at 11. David Miller off the bench for St. Francis. Conlon Martin for 3, just a little strong. Stowers with the board. Night and day difference with Coach Hetty as the head coach at Marian. Last year, St. Francis needed double overtime to win this game. And St. Francis made ESPN SportsCenter top 10. And Kasumba gonna get teed up. Give him a personal. And he will head to the bench. Kasumba had fallen on the floor and slapped the court. Marian now with 3 team fouls. Kasumba 1. It's going to be Conlon Martin to shoot him. Conlon entering today a 71% free throw shooter, hitting 5 of 7. First one is good. Second one as well. A lot of Cougar football players in attendance. See in the background there. You did see Marcus Stepp, Stanford Jackson. Marcus actually went to Bishop Dwenger High School, the same school as Conlon Martin. Cush over the timeline. Hand off to Hollowell in the lane, switches to the right. Silky smooth for Hunter Hollowell. It's number 30, Christian Stewart. Marian going deep into the bench early on in this game. Traveling, going to be called against Walter. So we got a full timeout going to be taken by Coach Hetty. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Welcome back here to the Hut. USF up 15-11 over Marian. Other games going on. It's Huntington on top of Mount Vernon Nass, 3-0. That game just started. Bethel beating Grace 15-14. Goshen on top of Indiana Wesleyan 21-13. IU East taking on West Virginia Tech, and they're down 25-20. Foul goes against David Miller. That'll be his first. Cougars took on IU East back on November the 16th, winning it 69-67. IU East was ranked number 2 in the country at the time. Stowers with a lob. Walter turnaround, right-handed hook shots, no good. Tracked down by Brandon Johnson. Now the Cougs are running the lob to Miller. just misses. Cushenberry's getting more and more comfortable with that lob. Euro in the lane. Left-handed lay-in is good by Hayden Lankable. Johnson working off the pick by Miller. Cushenberry's all the way out by the timeline. Miller sinks down to the block. Conlon Martin finds Johnson. Brandon drew some contact there and it's going to be fouled. Foul goes against number 12. Mark Albers, his first, team's fourth. Entering today's game, Brandon on the season, shooting 64% from the free throw line, hitting 14 of 22. That's his first point of the game. Lotzenheiser and Jalen Mall checking in now for St. Francis. Jalen, another true freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Blackhawk Christian High School, Blackhawk #1 in Class 1A. A young man by the name of Caleb First, one of the top sophomore basketball players in the whole country. Fade away by Henderson. He's going to be called for travel. Marian's 5th turnover of the game. St. Francis currently with 3. Johnson out of the corner. It's Lotzenheiser top of the key, Miller down low. Reynolds had a lot of success getting the first 2 buckets of the game. Miller misses from 6 feet out. TJ Henderson, second on the team in scoring, averaging 16.9 points per game. Stowers, #1, averaging 18 points per game for Marian. Feed goes down low. Wolter, turnaround, right-handed hook shot's no good. And Johnson rises up. Wing three-pointer is good for Brandon Johnson. Extends the lead to 8 points for St. Francis. Johnson now with 4 points after going 1 of 2 from the free throw line early on. Henderson rises up, top of the key. That's no good. Loose ball's picked up, and the putback's no good, but a second putback by Wolter. That was off the Lankable miss. (19-15) is your score. Johnson pushed through the baseline as Henderson caught that ball out of bounds. Hunter Hollowell set to check back in for St. Francis along with Jeffrey Reynolds. Martin and Miller take a breather. Lotzenheiser gets it right back, working off the pick by Reynolds. Did not like that three-point look. It was good defense by Henderson. Now Jalen Mall in the lane. Blocking foul going to be called against Marian's. Is that Lankable? He's a freshman from Morristown, Indiana. Lankable, 6'1", 185 pounds. Jeffrey Reynolds, perfect 3 of 3 from the field so far with 6 points. This is the first free throw. Jeffrey, a 71% free throw shooter, hitting 30 of 42 entering today's game. Second one's good. Crossroads League, a ton of double headers this year, and I love it. I think most people do. Gets the men's and women's teams together. Usually have a little carryover with the crowd. People file in for the men's games. Adds a little bit better atmosphere for the women. Three-pointers, good. Christian Stewart, a sophomore guard from Ron Colley out of Indianapolis. Pulls his team to within 2. Hollowell had Reynolds to the right. Still down there is Walter with the defense. Another two-hand slam from Jeffrey Reynolds. Walter, left-hand hook shot. Two-point advantage here for St. Francis, 7:40 remaining in the first half. Connor Lotzenheiser, the team's leading scorer, has that ripped away from behind by Henderson. He has yet to score in this game. Another three-pointer. That one banks in for Stewart. 2 quick threes for the sophomore. Gives his team the lead at 23-22. Ball in the near wing. Brandon Johnson calling for it. He goes straight to the cup. Nice strong tape for Jalen Ball to give the Cougs back the lead. Henderson feeds it down low. And a right-handed hook shot is good for Cameron Walter. Marian keeps going down low to the big man. Walter listed at 6'7". Now Reynolds drew the contact. He's going to head back to the free throw line. Reynolds currently 1 of 2 from the free throw line with 1 rebound. Chandler White going to check back into the game for the Cougs. And Antoine Cushenberry in for Jalen Mall. Tied up at 25. Jeffrey Reynolds had a great first half. Gives his team back the lead, 26-25. Working off the pick. Stowers feeds it over to Brown. That's no good. Nice rebound by Walter. 27-26 your score. Near save by Henderson. Good job there avoiding contact in the bleachers. Savannah Buck was right there. She's nursing a sore right leg after the first game today. It was a Marian victory. Marian beat the Lady Cougars 67-53. St. Francis, ranked number 18 in the country on the women's side, is a three-pointer by Chandler White. Halfway down, that one will not rim in. Reynolds throws it off to Sumner. St. Francis suffering 3 straight losses, though, to Taylor, Indiana Wesleyan, and Marian. Not sure if they're going to be able to stay in the top 25, but the Lady Cougars look to win out the rest of the way with 4 games remaining. Just 2 more weeks of regular season college basketball. Cushenberry just misses. He's got the defense on Stowers. Stowers working off the pick. Wes Stowers is from North Central High School out of Indianapolis. Kasumla down low. And I think a foul's going to be called on Cush. It does go against number 20. 5:12 remaining in this first half. It's a 1-point lead for the Knights of Indianapolis. Kasunlo, 6 points. Make it 8. He makes it look easy. It's again St. Francis last year, making it all the way to the national championship game before losing to Indiana Wesleyan. That had been the 8th loss in a row to the Wildcats. Foul's going to be called against 32, Reynolds. That'll be his second, team's 5th. Marian currently with 6 fouls. But St. Francis broke that streak back on December the 4th, beating then number 1 Indiana Wesleyan 85-71. First one by Stowers is good. Extend the lead to 4 points. Miller's going to check in for Reynolds. Martin in for Lotzenheiser. Stowers entering today an 87% free throw shooter. He's not nationally ranked. He's only got 57 attempts under his belt, but he's hit 50 of 57, 52 of 59. 31-26 your score. It's Cushenberry working off that pick by White. Cushenberry with the right hand dribble drive, pops out, off glass. His 4th point of the game. Outstanding by Antoine Cushenberry. As Cush completes the 3-point play. Two points separates these two teams. Marian on top. Henderson looking down low for Kasunlo, who's being guarded by White at 6'11 versus 6'3. Brown gets the offensive board. Again, Kasunlo down low. Backing down White, right-handed hook shot's good. Too much of a height advantage there for Marian. 8-inch difference. Now White, double team, nice handoff to Miller. Looks like that was partially blocked. Brown pulls up inside the arc and drops it. Looks like a timeout going to be taken by Coach Lacrosse here with 3:23 remaining. That's the 32nd timeout. Take a look at this Jeffrey Reynolds, his 2nd bucket. He's definitely got some elevation there with the right hand as he faces the cup. Jeffrey's also got 2 dunks in this game. Find one of those for you. 2-hand slam. Second one was an assist by Jalen Mall. There by Antoine Cushenberry with the lead. Check it out. Cush working against Brown with the right hand, gets right past him, then leaps it up. Boom! Shakalaka for Jeffrey Reynolds. (35-29), the largest lead of the game right now for Marian at 6 points with 3:20 and counting in the first half. Hunter Hollowell out of the corner for 3. He had 2 defenders on him. That was Kasuma and Brown. Stowers nearly had it knocked away by Cushenberry. Cush working off that screen. Kasuma goes down. Walter now with the left hand. Walter's high percentage down there from the block. Entering today's game, he shoots 68% from the field. Cameron Walter, 50% from 3-point, hitting 2 of 4. Walter was called with the foul. That'll be his 2nd, team's 8th. Chandler White at the free throw line. This is his first attempt. Chandler entering today's game, a 71% free throw shooter as that one rims in, hitting 51 of 72. Miller's going to check out, Lotzenheiser back in. Lotzenheiser, the only one in the lane for St. Francis. 2:41 remaining in the first half. Chandler pulls his team to within 6. He now has 5 points. Stowers working off the pick. Three-pointer, catch and shoot. Henderson knocks it down. That's his first 3 points of the game. Now Brown comes up with the pick. Reverse is good by Henderson. 11-point advantage. Henderson with 5 quick points. Martin just lost his pivot foot there, called with the travel. Jalen Ball going to check in for Cushenberry. Brandon Johnson into the game for Conlon Martin. Inside 2 minutes to play, 42-31 your score. Marian currently with 8 fouls. Brown has that shot blocked by Hunter Hollowell. Now in transition, Jalen Mall leaves it up for Hunter for 3. That'd be a miss. Henderson running with Marian. Lob into Kasuna. Not finished, but he's fouled by Lotzenheiser. Will head to the free throw line. Connor, that'll be his first, team 6th. Remember, Kasuna was one of the best from the charity stripe, shooting 89% on the season. He's got 10 points in this game and is a perfect 2 of 2. Marian as a team is a perfect 4 of 4, making it 5 of 5. St. Francis 9 of 11 from the free throw line. First one is good. Second as well. 44-31. Jalen Ball sitting with 2 points. 1 of 1 from the field, also an assist. As White goes strong. He's fouled from behind. Runs into SID Bill Scott. Chandler in this game, perfect 2 of 2. So the first one is good. Up next for St. Francis, we will host Grace this Wednesday, 8 p.m. tip-off. It's part of a doubleheader. Christian Stewart going to check in for Marian. Looks like Coach Hetty's got a timeout. 30-second timeout taken by Marian. Let's go ahead and find that second dunk here by Reynolds. Johnson, 3-pointer. Here we go. Jalen Ball with the drive. Jalen with the assist for the one dunk, and it was Cushenberry with the assist for the other. 1:01 left to play before half. 44-33, Marian on top. Marian has bigs galore. With two guys, one that's 6'10", one at 6'11", that's Kasuma. Stowers goes back out to Henderson. Off glass with the right hand. Henderson, slow start to this game. Has been heating up lately, now with 7 points. Inside 30 seconds. Chandler working against, that was number 12, Mark Albers, and the bucket's good for Chandler White. Chandler White, who started his career at the University of Toledo, transferred back home to Fort Wayne after 1 season. Chandler with 9 points. That's a team high for Chandler White. Oh, excuse me, Jeffrey Reynolds with the team high 11. Stowers inside the arc. Right before the buzzer sounds. So Marian will take a 48-35 lead into the break. Folks, we'll be right back with you. More Cougar basketball here from the Huxell Athletic Center.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care. helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way. Offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to a normal workout, the burn comes within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off. Welcome back, everyone. 48-35 is your score here at halftime. Jalen Mall had 2 points for St. Francis, Colin Martin with 2, Johnson with 4, Chandler White with 9, Antoine Cushenberry with 5, and the freshman Jeffrey Reynolds 4 of 4 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, team high 11 points. 2 points for Hunter Hollowell. St. Francis as a team shot 42% from the field, 25% from beyond the arc, and 85% from the free throw line with 7 rebounds. St. Francis being out-rebounded right now 17-7. For Marian, TJ Henderson with 7 points, Wes Stowers with 6. 12 for Reggie Kasunla. 5 for Sterling Brown. 10 for Cameron Walter. 2 for Hayden Lankable. 6 for Christian Stewart. Those are both 3-pointers for Stewart. Marian shooting 70% from the field, 57% from beyond the arc, and a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Consumla's their leading scorer. Walters their leading rebounder with 8 rebounds. Take one more break, folks. We'll be right back with you with the second half here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it gets tighter.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moments away from the start of the second half here. St. Francis down 48-35. Before we get going, let's check out Hunter Hollowell's big block down in the first half. Feed goes to Sterling Brown. Hollowell's there with the big finger wave. Let's watch it one more time. Slow it up a little bit. See Brown catch it. And Hunter, boom, into the cheap seats. Possession to go with Marian to start the second. Once again, they were led by Reggie Kissenall's 12 points. They're in the first half. Kissenall hit the floor, banged his hip up just a little bit there early in the first half. It really didn't affect him, as the bucket is good by Cam Walter. Walter is a dang good player. Once again, Walter entering today, shooting 68% from the field. His 15-point advantage, the highest for Marian, as Kasunlo is going up for the Thunder Slam. He's fouled by Cushenberry. Kasumla's as good as it gets from the free throw line. It'll be interesting to see where his career takes him. Definitely going to be playing overseas. All the things that he can do. Kasumla's now a perfect 5 of 5. Second one as well. Score was tied 4 times in this game with 5 lead changes before Marian really started taking over midway through the first half. Reynolds, right-hand shot, no good. Plethora of bigs down on the block. Walter goes 6'7", Kasumla 6'11". Fake on the spin move. Quick shot's good. He's got 16 points now. Lotzenheiser. Floater with the right, just left short. Trying to rustle that ball away from Kasumla, and eventually does. And stick with it. Kasumla on the season has a season high of 27 points. Walter has it taken away from him. Cushenberry for 3, knocks it down. Big three-pointer by Cush. That's his 8th point. Henderson with it now for the Knights. Walter once again. He is now 7 of 8 from the field. Walter with 14 points. Chandler out of the corner as Walter takes a seat. Henderson working off the pick. 17-foot jumper is good. 20-point advantage right now for the Knights. Pass taken away by Henderson. Lotzenheiser currently, well, still scoreless in this game. Nice strip by Cushenberry. Hollowell finds Lotzenheiser. It's a back rim's no good. Timeout going to be taken by Marian. That's a full timeout. Be right back with you. More Cougar basketball. Here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. Updated scores from the Crossroads League. Mount Vernon Naz on top of Huntington, 41-37. That game's at the break. Grace is losing to Bethel, 46-39. Taylor's beating Spring Arbor, 44-41. That game's in the second half. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. And Wesleyan's losing to Goshen, 38-33. So weird, wild, wacky stuff going on in the Crossroads League today. Granted, these games now are in the second half. Oh, wow. Henderson, that one rolled right to Kasumla, and he's got a flex for the crowd. Foul goes against Miller. So Kasumla's season high, 27 points. Last year he had 30 points, and that was in that tournament game against Indiana Tech when they just rolled the Warriors. 61-38 score. They got 3 tournament wins last year for Marian. And that was their first time to the tournament in a long time. Maybe since like 2010 or 11. Todd Licklider was their coach. And he didn't do a whole lot of coaching there at Marian. They were one of the worst teams in the Crossroads League. He was a big name, an Iowa coach, Butler coach. Brown for 3 out of the corner, and it's good. But Coach Scott Heddy, it didn't take him long to get going at Marian. There was another coach in between Licklider and Heddy. He didn't last very long. Marian's got their newly renovated gym. Kind of strange. They go 2-tier on the baseline. Foul's going to be called on Sterling Brown. It'll be his first, team's first. Now Hollowell double teamed. Is somehow able to get away from Henderson. Hollowell now with 4 points. Cougs down by 24. working off that pick. Stowers lobs it back down to the big man. And he steps on the baseline. Kasuma's already been teed up once this game. His assistant coach said, man, just get down to the other end of the floor. Cushenberry drives in the corner. Nice pick by White. Miller inside the arc, knocks it down. Beautiful catch and shoot there for David Miller. Inside 15 minutes here in the second half. St. Francis being outscored here 16-5 in the second. Henderson's going to slip in the lane, but a blocking foul going to be called. I believe that's on Miller. No, that was on Cushenberry, that's on Miller, his third, team's third. Henderson floater, 8 feet out. It's TJ Henderson. 46% shooter from the field, currently with 11 points. 3 Marian players now in double-digit scoring. Kasuma's got 19, Walter 14, along with Henderson's 11. Walter's one of the more impressive scorers for Marian, number 21. That one's no good by Henderson. Long rebound by Cush. He'll push it. The three-pointer, Hunter off the heel. Miller gets the rebound and the reverse. David Miller putting in work here for the Cougs, looking for the and one. That was outstanding by number 33, David Miller. Miller now 2 of 7 from the field. His first trip to the free throw line as Chandler White takes a breather. Miller entering today a 62% free throw shooter, hitting 16 of 26. (66-45) your score. Kasuma now working against Miller. Walter. Hollowell gets called with the foul. That'll be his first. Team's fourth. It's Wes Stowers with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kasumla back out to Stowers. Not even sure Stowers was anticipating that pass. He'll rise up for 3. Johnson with the board. Cush saves it to Johnson. Brandon, the freshman from Fort Wayne Northside High School, where he played for a state championship in his junior year, losing to Ben Davis. Brown down on the block. That's rebounded. Walter comes up with it. And Walter does not miss. He is now 8 of 9 from the field. Kasumla is 6 of 7. They'll both probably end up with 20 points in this game. Kasumla's already got 19. Walter with 16. Brown for 3. No good. Stowers trying to call a foul on Martin. Going after the ball there. I don't know if there was an extra push or not. Stowers went flying into the bleachers. Watson-Heiser, Reynolds, Ball check in. Miller, Hollowell, and Cushenberry check out. Jalen with 2 points there in the first half. Reverse lay-in is good. That was number 30, Christian Stewart. Before that, his only makes were 2 3-pointers. Johnson in the lane. Good job backing down Mark Albers. Johnson with 6 points now. Walter sinks down to the block, but the pass goes over to Albers. That's going to be traveling. Couple seniors, TJ Henderson, Wes Stowers, and Kasunla. 3 good seniors, though, for Marian. They're going to make a run. The national tournament in Sioux Falls. This will be the year for Marian. Need to keep 3-point shooting hot. They're 5 of 10 from beyond the arc in this game. Watson-Heiser with 5 seconds. Long 3-pointer. Knocks it down. From downtown, Watson-Heiser. Cougars pulls at 20. Walter. That one rims in. He's got 18 now. Kasunla's going to re-enter the game with Henderson. Johnson out of the corner. Right hand dribble drive. Foul is going to be called on 12. Albers, that'll be his second. Team's third. For Brandon Johnson, he's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Now 2 of 3. Once again, a 64% free throw shooter entering today, hitting 14 of 22. Kasunla in, Walter out with 18 points. St. Francis shooting 42% from the field. Marian at 73%. So Johnson hits 1 of 2. He now has 7 points. It's Kasunla being guarded now by Lotzenheiser. Lotzenheiser at 6'2". Kasunla now 7 of 7 from the free throw line with 3 rebounds, got 19 points. His first one is good. 73-51. It's his first miss of the game, folks. He's not happy about it. Now 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Did pick up his 20th point, though. Lotzenheiser driving the lane. He's fouled as he put on the brakes with the pump. So Connor to shoot 2. This is his first trip to the free throw line. His first one's good. St. Francis as a team shooting 81%, hitting 14 of 17. Connor on the season, 79% free throw shooting. Cougs still down by 20. Anderson for Marian picks up his 13th point. Now in transition, Chandler White, quick twos. Chandler now with 11. He and Jeffrey Reynolds both in double-digit scoring for St. Francis. Brandon Johnson called with the foul. That'll be his first and the team's 7th. Kasunla back to the free throw line. That's his second miss. Back-to-back misses for Kasunla. Chandler going to be called with the charge. That'll be his second, team's 8th. So we got our media timeout. We'll be right back. More Cougar basketball here from the Hudsville Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back, everyone. 75-55 is your score. Let's see if these crazy scores from around the Crossroads League are keeping up. Mount Vernon Naz, 56-47 over Huntington. Nothing strange about that. Bethel, 59-48 over Grace. That seems about right. Taylor now losing 59-58 to Spring Arbor, and Wesleyan has now taken the lead, 47-43. So no, it's trending the other way, actually. Henderson quick on the crossover. Rebounded by White. Jalen Hall back in for St. Francis. Run the point. Foul called on the floor, goes against number 25. Hayden Langcable. That's his second, team's 5th. Lotzenheiser gets it to fall, and he'll look for the and one. Connor now with 6 points. Kasumba back in. He'll check in for number 12, Mark Albers. As Connor drains it. He's now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Now with 7 points. 75-58 your score. 7 minutes and counting. The Marian women's team's heading to the bus. Cable with the three-pointer. Puts his team back up by 20. Lotzenheiser trying to split defenders, and a foul going to be called on number 21, Cameron Walter. That's his third, team seventh. Antoine Cushenberry will check in for Jalen Mall. That one's no good. The first miss on the day for Lotzenheiser. Walter, this is his first trip to the free throw line. He's got a double-double, 18 and 12. $79 to 58. Cushenberry working off the pick. Johnson out of the corner finds Lotzenheiser. Connor looking for the wraparound pass. It's picked up by Langcable. Now Walter. A rare miss for number 21. Johnson down low, Kasuma with a block. Walter's now 9 of 11 from the field. 6:30 and counting. If you guys are wondering, Reggie Kasunla has 7 double-doubles on the season, which is second best in the Crossroads League. Logan Godfrey from Grace has 10. Jeff Beckman from Spring Arbor has 7 as well. How many does Cam Walter have? Shot clock violation. Cameron Walter has 2. Make it 3 double-doubles. Chandler White with 2 for St. Francis. The score is 80 to 58. Johnson's three-pointer, no good. Reynolds nearly came up with the board. Looking at Marian, they will host Bethel, be at Grace, at MVNU, and then host Mount Vernon Nats. Tough end of the schedule for Marian. That pass is intercepted by Cushenberry. Three-pointer, no good by Hunter. Lotzenheiser, floater in the lane. So 30-second timeout taken there. See if we got an update on the Wesleyan. They're up 51 to 49 now, 9 minutes left. I don't know if you guys ever seen Goshen play. DeMarcus stuck, he can fill it up. He's 5 of 10 from beyond the arc, but 8 of 21 from the field. He's got 27 points. About the only person scoring for Goshen. Maxwell has 13, Mangus 16 for Wesleyan. And then the Spring Arbor game, 64 to 63, still just a 1-point edge for Spring Arbor. Again, Spring Arbor is in first place in the Crossroads League. 22 and 3 overall, 12 and 1. A Spring Arbor loss and Indiana Wesleyan win. We would have a tie for first place. Spring Arbor just keeps clawing away at victories. They needed a buzzer beater here at the Hut in overtime to beat St. Francis. Ball now with 4 points. Now Jalen with the steal. Henderson right behind. Beautiful thievery and bucket for Jalen Mall. I'll tell you what, Jalen Mall has really made the most out of his minutes. Entering today, he just averages 7.6 minutes per game. You know when Jalen Mall is on the floor. Be good to see him get in the weight room, start getting that college strong as he's just a true freshman. Same with Jeffrey Reynolds, Brandon Johnson. Hunter Hollowell is only a sophomore. Kasunla's back at the free throw line. Kasunla is now 9 of 11 from the free throw line with 21 points. Just 5 rebounds, though. No double-double for Kasunla with 4 minutes remaining. Walter has a double-double, though. 20-point advantage here for Marian. Kasunla does have 4 fouls. Deep three-pointer, Hunter. No good. Reynolds goes up sky high to get it. Now White for 3. Chandler just left short. Henderson with the board. Three and a half minutes remaining. Foul going to be called on the rebound. It's on Cushenberry. That's the team's 10th. Marian's only got 1 timeout left. We'll update that for you. 5 for St. Francis. Walter misses the first free throw. He's got 22 and 12 rebounds. Now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Entering today as 77% free throw shooter. Jalen Mall down low. Gets the floater to go, and we'll head to the free throw line. Jalen and Cushenberry, you got 2 point guards on the floor right now for St. Francis. That one's no good. Jalen entering today an 83% free throw shooter, hitting 5 of 6. Picking up his dribble there, that was Stewart. He hasn't even attempted a three-pointer since the first half. Euro by Stowers. Stowers sitting with 6 points. That foul's on the floor. Stowers is 2 of 2 from the free throw line with 8 points in this game. Chandler White going to take a breather. Conlon Martin back in. David Miller in for St. Francis. Kasunla taking a breather. Kush knocks it down. Antoine Cushenberry now with 10 points. It's another timeout by Coach Hetty. He uses them up. Good sequence from the Cougars here in the second half. That's Antoine Cushenberry getting a hand in there for the steal. Then Cush draining the three. Work by Cushenberry. How about this one right here for Chandler White? Walter took a seat on this one. Comes out the defense. Jab step there by White. Bucket's no good, but it's still a fun play. Nice catch and shoot here for David Miller on the baseline. Grabs it, knocks it down over the big man. 6'11" Reginald Kasumba. .230 and counting. Marian certainly looking like one of the best teams in the Crossroads League. A lot going on there when Sterling Brown got shot blocked. Cushenberry out to Conlon Martin. Nice release. Martin for three. .71. Walter once again has only got 2 misses in this game. That's his 25th point, the game's leading scorer. For St. Francis, Chandler White has 11. Lotzenheiser has 10. Cushenberry has 10. Reynolds has 11. Foul goes on number 30, Christian Stewart. Second, team's 9th. Cushenberry's perfect, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. It's like James Mayberry's set to check in for St. Francis and Brandon Johnson. Cushenberry hits the front end of the 1-and-1. I saw that great play by Cush earlier in the game with the steal. Caught the pass from Miller and drained the triple. That was a steal by Jalen Mall. The easy lane. Second one for Jalen in this game. With the steal and fast break layup. 89-74 inside a minute. I was about to say Marian did a good job of spacing there, but boy did that collapse quickly. Jalen Mall will pick up his 3rd foul. Sam Guyman at the free throw line, the junior. He's listed at 6'7". Guyman, a 82% free throw shooter, hitting 9 of 11. Second one's good. That's James Mayberry, senior for the Cougs. James is from Plainfield High School out of Indianapolis. 5'8", 150. .15 seconds, and that's going to do it here from the hut. So St. Francis will fall to 13-13 overall, 6-8 in the Crossroads League. With the win, Marian now 20-6 overall. They are 9-5 in the CL. We'll see if we have any updated finals here for you. It's Bethel's going to 85-58. They beat Grace. Mount Vernon Naz 77-63. 67-69. Spring Arbor's on top by 2. And Wesleyan's down by 3 against Goshen. Folks, Jalen Mall finished with 10 points, 11 for White, 10 for Lotzenheiser, 11 for Cushenberry, 11 for Jeffrey Reynolds. 22 points and 5 rebounds for Kissenall, and 25 points, 13 for Cameron Walter. Folks, thanks again for joining us. Once again, Marian winning it 90-74 here at the Hut. Have a great weekend.